everyone, welcome to my studio. This is the project that I am currently working on. It is a 30-inch by 75-inch, so 2.5 by about, I don't know, a little over 6 feet this way, foot mosaic that will be going around the sides of the fountain at a church. And I have just finished the figures, the water, the rocks, and now I'm doing the background. So I will be working on, I'm gonna pick up with the mountains this week. Let me show you the glass that I've picked out for it. For the mountains in the distance, I'm doling down the color as they would look in real life because of atmospheric perspective. They are duller than what's in the foreground. So this is the glass that I'm using for the bulk of it. And then I do have a darker glass that I will be using sort of for these shaded darker parts. And I'll try to use it strategically so that if there is a light part, rather than use the light glass, I will put dark glass next to it so that it reads. And same thing here. If it's really, really light, I will likely use the darker parts of the glass next to the lighter parts here so that you can see it. But if it's dark here, then any of this glass works. There's just not a whole lot of parts on top that are that dark. So here I go. Made some decent progress on those mountains in the background. And now I am taking a look at the glass for the sky. Here's what I have planned, and for the sand right here. And I may stop and go ahead and put the sand in. I'm waiting on a shipment for the rest of the sand, so I was gonna wait, but I kind of think it would be nice to have this part completely buttoned up, and then it would help me move along, but I'm not sure. This sand and that sand don't necessarily have to be an exact match, so I might go ahead and do that. But the sky, I want to talk for a minute about the sky. I don't know what I was thinking. I made this crazy ombre from yellow to blue, and I wanted it yellow because I wanted it to convey that it was a hot, dry desert. But over here, like where Moses is when he strikes the rock and brings the water, it's sort of more cooling. And then just a touch on the other side as well, just for symmetry's sake. But I don't have any glass that is both blue and yellow and pale to transition between the two. So that means I'm going to have to mix them and just visually blend the pieces. Fortunately, they are both pale colors. So a similar value, so mixing them won't be too difficult. And then I will mix these in, and then it will be hot white around the sun. I think I might use some gold pieces around that sun, or maybe a gold sun. I'm not exactly sure. I think I might put some yellow around there. Anyway, because it's such a hot, dry, still desert before this wonderful spring of water came forth, I'm going to use a very straight laying in method. I'm going to start at the top and just come down in rows. And I can't stand just making them like a grid. That's just too, I can't do it. So I'm going to have to stagger them. So I will be staggering the rows, but they'll start at the top and they'll just be very straight across. And you'll notice as I'm putting these mountains in that they move, there's movement in them, similar to the rocks. So I'm going to, I think, work on the sand next. While I'm working on this sand, I'm gonna go ahead and leave these pieces here so I can sort of take it in and live with it and make sure that it's working for me mentally. And yeah, I have to think about things for quite a bit before I commit to them. So laying out the glass like that is really gonna help me make the decision. Like for instance, I may not have much white at all. I may just do that for the sun and then put yellow or gold around it and then not have white sky, maybe just have this color that transitions to the yellow. But I'm not sure yet, so I have to think on it, and I can think on it while I'm working on this. It's a new day, and last night I worked a little bit on the sky, starting to add the yellows in there. It's going to be a pretty gradual transition because the yellows don't actually start until here, and this is pretty much all transition in here. But I think I want to get some more of these mountains done, and again, I'm going to make a minor change. Instead of having this mountain in front, I'm going to have this one in front. So it's going to be like that. And that one's going to be in front. And then these can be a little bit more dulled down in the background. Yeah. Let me get after those mountains because I want to get the mountains done before I do the sky. happy with how far I got this week and that I was able to start the sky and see how Moses stands out and pops in front of that sky. And I can't wait to get after the rest of it next week. That's it. Here's one last look at it. That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.